This is one of the clouds from the Andre Erin recording on the California hills, where he say that this craft were masked with cloud technology. Well, I found this in one of the frames. I found this appeared to be one of the entities, and I don't really think those were craft, but the sky structure and these entities were just showing up in one of the openings. And that's what those clouds are. They really are entrances and structures protruding from that. And you can see that there are rectilinear parts in the so-called cloud that don't look like any cloud I know of, like that, with tubes and stuff, and my goodness, there's so much stuff. And look what the blue part look like. That's what the blue part look like in the sky structure. Now let me show you a comparison of that supposed to be entity compared to this one in the APEP, Advanced Photo Extraction Process, done by optical physicist Ron Stewart of the Apollo 11 moon landing area, when Buzz Aldrin called NASA and told mission control that they were being observed by these enormous craft, and they look menacing, and they're looking at us, they're observing us. So he did an enlargement of the photo taken by the command module of the area at the time when was passing over. And this was, after enlargement incredible that he did with the Advanced Photo Extraction Process, APEP, of the possible crew in that craft. And you can see two of them. And that's, he said, that's either the pilot or the commander of the craft, that entity right there. And then he showed a monolith on the craft. That's the craft right down here. That's the craft enlarged. And that is the monolith that he enlarged, and he show here that that thing is a dinosaur head monolith type thing that they put on their craft, and it's apparently part of their navigational system and the symbol of the race that they have in their craft to show other races that they're friendly, they're not, so they won't be fired upon. Anybody that wants to know where to find these images can write me and ask me. I'll give them the link. See, there's the monolith deal, and there's the entities. Well, this one is a female. In my opinion, this is a female entity because of the breast. Look, it has breasts on it. I mean, it has all the flavor of a female entity. They don't look like us or anything like we know of. Well, see, he even wrote it there. A dinosaur-like pterosaur with his jagged-like mouth open, as we have seen on Earth. And that's a more refined image of the craft. These crafts are gold color. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, if you look at the original image, you can believe that he refined the image to the point where that is the craft, what it looked like. It looked like a pair of shotguns with a scope on it. Look at that. And I found another image from the Soho solar satellite coming out of the sun, a craft exactly like that. And I mean exactly like it. Now let me show you the one from Turkey. Oh, this is another work he did of a different craft found in a photo of a storm on Texas. He had different type of aliens in it. 3 of them were bound, they were restrained. This one right here. Now look how, wow, man, how nasty they look with jagged teeth and shit. This one is restrained. See how his arms are tied to the body? And there is another one right here. Right there. Look at the jagged teeth. Got 2 enormous fangs in the front of the mouth. But there's other entities there, and here's the picture of them. And that was obtained using X-rays in the image. That's how incredible the optical algorithm that he used to enhance his image to the point where he can see through the walls of the craft using X-rays. I mean, look, PPP, photo penetrating process, PPP. The other one is APEP, advanced photo extraction process. Now the one from Turkey is what is it at? Golly, I had it. Well, I have to find that image right away because I don't have much recording left on the. Now here is the Turkey entity in that UFO. Let's see if I have a good enhancement of that graph of the entities in it. There it is. Check it out. I'll see the entity on the left. There. See what they look like from far away? Now look at this one right here. This one on the top looks very much like the one on the Andre Edding image that I enlarged. So look at that. That looks just like that one in Turkey, in the Turkey UFO. What is the weirdest deal is I look at the blue part of the sky. Check it out what that sky structure look like for real. That's the blue part of the sky. Look at that. And like I say, those clouds, they're not clouds, they're just structure covered with some kind of magnetized vapor that look like a cloud. But then when you start seeing these rectilinear parts, then you have to think that, my God, these are no cloud in any way, shape, or form, and you only look like cloud from far away. And the main one, look, and there is a second entity I found out when I enlarged the image a little bit more. See, that's what the entity looked like when I enlarged the image more. But of course, I don't have a sophisticated technique like the Ron Stewart APEP. That's what the cockpit looked like from. You can see the similarities with the APEP from Ron Stewart. Look at all the stuff that is there, and there is like a guy sitting, the pilot sitting in that deal somewhere down here. Look, right down here. That look like the pilot right there. Sitting as his arm, and he's sitting in front of a console. And look at the face, he's turning towards the camera. Look right there. That's him right there. That's what I say. It looked like the entities on the moon, on the APEP image of Ron Stewart. Check it out. That's the cloud. That's another one that popped up on the sea. That's like a canopy. It's like a grayish color. And then that thing came up, but in one frame only. I only cut things there in one frame. That's how quick the things were appearing and disappearing. It's like the holographic projection had glitches. That's the entity, the one that I caught in one frame. That was it. So look at the deal. I was working on that image for weeks, enhancing it one little bit at a time. Now look at the cloud, what it looked like. Like I said, this part around that cloud is blue, but it's like a structure. It's a structure. In fact, when Andre took his sunglasses off and looked